everyone, it's Dragon and the Dragon family. Today I have a very special video for you guys. In honor of Trans Day of Visibility, I thought it'd be the perfect time to sit down with my family. This is my real dad and my real mom. They are my absolute pride and joy. I thought it'd be so interesting to sit down with my mom and my dad and just really share their side of the story and really kind of get their view on everything. So I just wanted to ask my mom and dad a couple questions, and the first being, what was your first experience with me being trans or maybe being different, or what was like that first moment when you were like, okay, Nikita's kind of different?
I think for me, I always knew that you liked really flamboyant things and I knew that you liked my shoes and you were always in my makeup.
Still me till this day.
When I noticed that you like to play with girls' toys, a lot of dolls, love movie Mulan.
I love Mulan.
So that's when I know.
And so that's the other thing. I think it's really important to note that my family is really diverse. My father is a Vietnamese background, serving in the army and, has since retired but served 28 years. In my culture and in that side of the family, I mean, we technically don't have a really out person who has been, kind of different or gay or anything in between, because it's not that it's not accepted, but it's just not really talked about. I mean, was there any like specific moment, do you think, that you had with me, or like something in specific you really remember?
I can remember early days when you were on the swim team. They sent us to a sports center and I was supposed to get you a very specific little little short to swim on the boys team. But when we went there, you gravitated to the girls section and you wanted a racer tee back with the high cuts on the sides. And you were pretty upset that you couldn't get that style and that you were limited to the small shorts. So that's the first time that I really, realized I had to kind of explain to you that they wanted you on the boys' team and you needed these little shorts and you couldn't wear the racer tee back. You were young though. You were really young. You already knew.
But I think even then, I think that there was so many things that like I already was feeling and I already was like deciding beyond anyone trying to put a label on me. I always had a feeling and I knew from the get-go. I mean, it never was a thing about gender. It was just me being my authentic self at the time.
For me, and I guess when I know that you try out and made it to the cheerleading team.
That was a big moment for me.
I know. I mean, I knew that is something. It's not normal, but I understand that that's what you want. That's what you like, and that's what you're good at. And so I'm just happy for you for you being who you are.
That was a big moment for me. I mean, that was almost like me coming out. At the time when I told my parents that I was gonna go ahead and try out for the cheerleading team and be the only, at the time, boy on the team. To me, that was like a kind of solid step for me in the right direction, and it was a really hard step, but it was like that first step that kind of like set everything off. I knew my family was behind me, and I think that was a really big moment for me and for my dad and for my mom to have like, them in the stands with me and every game and just like cheering me on. It's like, it was a really big moment in my life. So what was your initial kind of reactions when I had told you that I was transgender?
I was hesitant mostly because I was also fearful for your sake. Mostly I was fearful of people hurting your feelings or being mean to you or trying to pick on you in any sort of way because it's a cruel world out there. And then I wouldn't be there to protect you in any way, so that scared me a lot. And
I don't even think I know my dad's side of how he kind of, because I initially told my mom and I kind of just expected her to tell my dad.
Well, for dad, it's different. But you did well because you talked with your mom first and got your mom to kick me and punch me and guide me and to show me a certain way. The only thing that to this day I'm still fearful, and I tell you it point blank, is I understand the emotional, the concept, And I don't have any issue with that. The only issue I have is the physical change, because there's always a chance that you can get infected and stuff like that. Only part to this day I'm still hesitant.
Okay, so kind of going along that note of like physical changes, do you think that when I kind of did go forward with changing physically, were you against it, or what were your emotions about it? And do you think that I personally changed?
I think bottom line, yes, you did change, not from like the essence of who you are as a person, but you definitely became more free, more open. I think we've always been super close as a family, but you being truthful to yourself and honoring who you legitimately are inside, you just became more free and happy, and you know you've always been funny and quirky and had a great sense of humor. You have a tender heart, and you know, you fierce spirit. You're smart. You're so smart, and it just amplified it because you're just so confident in yourself and realizing who you were and being genuine about it. I know, again, I was very fearful about your YouTubing and you chronicling your journey, but at the same time, you said it just so succinctly, that you were going to come out on your own terms. You weren't going to let anyone have anything over you or eventually try to bully you or blackmail you, that you were going to do it right. You were going to do your research. You've always called me with options.
I noticed the difference, but like I say, it's totally on mommy's area of expertise, so I don't want to put in a whole lot of thinking about that. The only thing I'm here to this point, and I'm looking at the camera and say this now, my goal in life is always to make sure that nobody bully my daughters, and if they do, just remember this face, because I will face. So do not.
Oh my God. You can't say that.
What was the biggest challenges for you when you knew that I was transitioning? Like, what was the thing that was hard for you to adjust in my transition?
Not hard for me to adjust, but I want to see if mainly your brother accept you who you are. Once he accept you who you are and he love you so much, then that's make it easy for me. For me as a parent, and of course we had two boys, and you are his only brothers, if he take it a hard way, then that might be rough on us, but he took it as a champ, and everything went so smooth, and he become one your number one supporter.
Yeah.
So that helped a lot, and the rest of my friend or Vietnamese community, I have no issue with that, because I can deal with them.
How do you even go about telling someone like your daughter is transgender? Like how does that even come up? Like, because I know it does.
I think it all depends on how they come at me. So if somebody comes in a real place, and our circle of friends are solid through and through, we're really blessed by that. So when they come to me from a good place, I might take them aside if they're in our inner circle and just have a chat with them to update them to your life in the all essence. But if someone, I say, I have 3 daughters and 1 son, that's the easiest and smoothest way, because I do consider you my daughter. But if somebody comes to me in a rude way, or like, oh my gosh, I just found out, your daughter's really transgender. And I just look at them and I decide, am I giving them power or not giving them power? And I always decide I'm not giving them power. It's like, yeah, isn't that great? Isn't that great that she's somebody so confident, so supported by her family, that she is secure in who she is? I don't have to worry about her having suicidal ideations or being in this dark, terrible depression or feeling alone. Like, we don't have to deal with that. And I ultimately, as a parent, that's what I want. I never want one of my children hurt either by society or on their own means, because they're in a dark place.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that we've got your back. We totally support you. We love you. We accept you. Pink polka dots, stripes, rainbows, or whatever it may be. I always ask all of our children, just be authentic, live your life with honor, honor to yourself and honor to the family. And beyond that,
be happy.
Be happy.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Love
I
you.
love you so much. I love you both. I love you, Dad. I love you, Mom. Okay, everyone, that's all I have for this video. Again, I just want to make a quick thank you to my mother and my father for just being amazing people. But beyond that, for you at home watching and listening, whether you are a person who is trans, whether you are a parent, whether you don't even know someone who's trans, like, it really is an important moment to just be understanding and to be a little bit more open-minded. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and give it a big thumbs up. I love my family. That's all. Love you.
Love you.
Mwah. Bye, everyone.